And what about your sibs, Michael and
Carolyn?
Carolyn?
Yeah, they're doing great. Yeah.
They're doing great.
Yeah.
This is all good. And ex-husband, yes, Oliver, he was a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
You said in here, in this Tattoo Chronicles, in the Tattoo Chronicles, that you knew from the beginning Oliver
It was
wasn't
doomed from the
guy.
beginning.
Doomed from the beginning. Great start.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I still have, I've analyzed it many a times trying to figure out why I got married to him, and I don't know why. I don't regret it in the sense that I'm happy where I am now. But yeah, you know, live and learn. And also too, you know, I was drinking a lot back then. I'm not blaming it on the drinking, but I'm like a different person. I'm going to be celebrating 5 years of sobriety in July. So it's almost like looking back at an alien. You know, I don't even recognize that person that I was back then.
Who encouraged you to get sober?
Me.
You.
Yeah. And I think just the opportunities that I was, you know, unable to get because I was sidetracked by that. And I think addiction does that. You know, I think, you know, you get sidetracked in some ways. But, man, being able to stop drinking also makes you appreciate it even more. I mean, seeing things clearly.
As you know, some artists have trouble performing, more than probably drawing or designing, if they don't drink or if they don't have some drug of choice to spur them on. I don't know what that's about, but you have mined the deep vein because you continue to create and create and create.
I tell you, it's all my grandma's fault. Her being such a disciplinary, like with just, you know, at such an early age, we had to practice 2 hours a day, you know, when I wanted to be playing with the kids and stuff. So I feel like because of that, I'm able to start projects and finish them, you know, and I'm a very driven person, sometimes too much. I think I'm a workaholic at points. I have to balance that.
I think you find solace in work.
Yeah.
Often.
I
You
think
certainly did with that Nikki Sixx guy.
Those were a great 3.5 years as well. Yeah, I learned a lot during those times.
And he was a titch older than you were, Mr. Motley Crue.
Yeah.
And still is.
Yeah.
Still friends?
You know, I haven't spoken with him. I have no bad blood, obviously. I look back at those years, and I'm really proud of that book, and that time was such a great time.
Well, he wrote you love letters that every girl dreams of.
Yeah.
Truly. First one on a pillowcase?
Yeah, I remember. And I mean, I think you got to be careful with poets sometimes. You know, I think not to say that those weren't sincere in any way, but I don't know. Some things are to be expected, I guess.
Yes, and sometimes you have to have your red alert on.
Sure.
Yes, you do. And you're good at that. You're good at that because you went on to Jesse James, and I know we don't need to belabor this, but he's an unfaithful cat, that one.
That's a year I'll never get back.
Well, I remember when you were tweeting that you kept apologizing for the back and forth.
Yeah,
with
you know,
the Jesse James and all the scandal and the Sandra Bullock and all of that. And
I think a lot of it for me, it's, you know, I learned a long time ago that I can't please everybody, but as long as you do everything with true and noble intentions, you know, and which I did, you know, I never wanted to cause drama or anything like that, especially in my own life, let alone other people's. So I guess that's what I was apologizing about. But at the same time, you know, sure, things didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but I learned a lot from it, you know.
And true conversation, honest conversation. Such a big part of who we are.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, I would never wish that experience on anybody, and if I could do it again, I'd prefer not to.
What did you learn about paparazzi? And because you were so in the public eye for really all the wrong reasons, not because of your art and your talent.
I don't look at paparazzi as the problem, or, you know, they don't bug me. I think they're just people with cameras that, you know, I guess they're driven by different things that I'm driven by, you know, but it's more, I get more disheartened by the demand for the tabloids. You know, I feel like there's so much other things that we could focus our energy on, let alone do, versus talk about people you've never met and, you know, form an opinion. It's like, I haven't watched television in a long time, and it's been over a decade, and I don't read tabloids and stuff, and I think if I were to invest so much time into that, I wouldn't be able to create all these books and my makeup line and be here.
Your clothing line, and be here, and all of that. The clothing line. Now, the first one, the fall, was called Love Letters.
Yeah, that was all inspired by love letters, and the lining of everything, all the pieces, the tailored pieces especially. You could see my personal love letters. You know, that we incorporated elements of me into it. You know, just like everything I do.
Of course, because you have names for your fashion pieces, like the Falcon jacket and the Ravenous shirt and the Lady Hawk dress.
Yeah, totally.
Of course you do. So tell me who inspired the falcon jacket.
You know, I mean, I think nature has always been one of my biggest inspirations in general. I think certain elements of nature, it's like it doesn't get more beautiful, organically beautiful than that. So most of the names are inspired by that, and a lot of them are not inside jokes, but inside, I guess, cryptic love letters of my own that I send out into the universe.
Okay. And so are you a fan of birds of prey?
Oh yeah, I love birds. Love birds.
And I love birds of prey.
Yeah.
Hawks.
Yeah.
And eagles and falcons and
owls.
Owls.
Owls are beautiful.
Owls are beautiful, and the way they can move that head.
Yep.
And then there's the ravenous shirt. The ravenous shirt.
Yeah.
What about fabric? And
Well, each collection obviously differs from each other, and in the upcoming fall, which you haven't seen it yet because it's not out yet, but is my favorite so far. I guess the goal is always to outdo the one before, and just inspired by old folklore and wolf textures. So it's like I wear a lot of black, but I'm like, how do you change it up without incorporating crazy fabrics? Because I usually like to dress relatively simple. This is as wild as I get, because of my tattoos. So it's like leather on wool with different faux furs and textures in the buttons and things like that.
sure, because I'm a black girl too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a black girl. I'm a white girl like you. But you know what I mean.
Who enjoys wearing black?
Who enjoys wearing black? There's some kind of gravitas.
Yeah.
And it can show off.
Sure.
It shows off your tattoos, of course, but your jewelry and all
Yeah.
of that, and the edge, and
It creates
then when you
beautiful
cover
silhouettes.
up, you can wear the underworld coat.
Yes, exactly.
What is the underworld coat?
Well, I mean, underworld. Actually, I've been actually working on a lot of music lately, and one of the people that I'm working really close with is Danny Lohner. He's in Nine Inch Nails and
Yes.
Perfect Circle and all those bands, and he's a great producer. And he did the soundtrack to all the underworld movies, which are beautiful. I actually haven't watched the movies, but I'm such a fan of the soundtracks, and so that one was kind of an homage to him. So he's helped me out through a lot of times. He's been my biggest cheerleader.
Now, back to Nikki for a moment.
Sure.
Didn't he have a clothing line? He had a men's clothing line
Yeah,
for a while.
he had a
that
clothing line he did with
St. John or something.
St. John's Daughter. Yeah.
Oh, St. John's Daughter, because
Yeah.
I read St. John. I thought St. John, the one
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie
Right.
is with, same?
No, it's
No,
it's
gotta
his
be different.
daughter. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
St. John's Daughter,
Yeah.
called Men's Royal. And did he
Yeah.
do women's fashion? Did he inspire you in any way is the question.
He inspired me in a lot of ways. I think, anybody who has the ability to take reins of like their creative drive is inspiring. I think it's, to me, I don't know. It's not so much a business thing. I mean, of course, I'm glad that it sells and my stuff sells and does well because then I can do more of it. But the primary purpose is always just to create, and that's to keep it pure. So I guess I'm more inspired by people that are inspired by that.
And for the heart is an organ of fire, someone said. Kat Von D, our guest, she's in town. She has an extension of her makeup line, and it covers up tattoos and more, even freckles.
Yep.
Right? We'll come back and talk more with Kat Von D.
Cool.